Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Portaturidis MMA. And today we will be breaking down every single fight on the UFC Vegas 106 card, start to finish, no skipping, no fluff. I'll give you my official picks, breakdowns, and some betting insight for each matchup. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and turn on these post notifications. And don't forget, I'm the best fight predictor on YouTube. So let's just get this started with the bottom of the card. Up first, we have Luana Pinheiro versus Tisha Pennington. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm picking Tisha Pennington, and I'll tell you why. Luana Pinheiro has. Uh, I'll tell you why. Pinheiro's hype has completely collapsed. She came into the UFC with a bit of buzz, but when she actually look at her performances, they don't stack up. She got subbed by Angela Hill, finished by Amanda Ribas, and lost the decision to Gillian Robertson. Those aren't terrible opponents, but none of those fights showed that she has any high-end skills. Tisha, on the other hand, is fighting at a higher level. She just beat Carla Esparza, sure. It was a controversial decision, but she retired a former champ. And in her losses to Mackenzie Dern and Tabitha Ricci, she was actually really competitive. She's faster, she's got better footwork, and she brings pressure in a way that breaks fighters like Pinero. I think she shuts the judo with angles. I think she shuts down the judo of Pinero with the angles and lands cleaner strikes for 3 rounds. Her get up game is solid as well, and her cardio is better. The minus 450 odds are wide, but it makes sense. I've got Pennington by decision, maybe dominant. I wouldn't bet it there. Next up, we have Hong Seong Park versus Carlos Hernandez. This fight is closer than you would suggest. I'm going with Carlos Hernandez. Park is 9-0, looks clean on the feet, decent grappling, but he's only beaten guys like Shannon Ross and what's Shayok Choi. Ross gets finished by basically everyone, and Choi wasn't UFC level. Hernandez, meanwhile, has a real strength of schedule. He fought Tatsuro Taira. Yes, he got dominated, but that's a top 10, top 5 level guy. And he held his own against Aylan Nascimento and survived some nasty submission attempts from Ray Soroya. He's tested, he's durable, and he doesn't fall under pressure. What I like most about Hernandez is that he never quits on himself. He's gritty, he's got sneaky wrestling, and I think he can put Park in deep waters. I expect Hernandez to land more over the 3 rounds, especially as Park starts to slow down. He is the underdog at plus 145, but he makes this. I think he makes this one ugly and pulls out a 29-28 decision. This is a litmus test for Park. This is a litmus test for Park, and I'm betting he fails it. Next up, we have Denise Gomez versus Elise Reed. I'm starting with Denise Gomez here. Elise Reed has slick striking style from distance. She's not terrible. She's quick and has decent footwork and can manage range. But once the fight gets inside, she struggles. That's where Gomez thrives. She's fast, throws in combinations, and has legit physicality. Her knees, her hooks, her work in the clinch are all advantages here. And while Gomez hasn't landed a sub in the UFC, she trains jiu-jitsu consistently, and this could be a matchup where she finally gets to show it off. Reed has been subbed multiple times and tends to get ragdolled by stronger opponents. Gomez is a minus 550 favorite here, and while that's pretty steep, it's not crazy. She should get the finish if she lands something big early. But a dominant 3-1 decision for Gomez to shut down distance striking, break it down physically, and maybe mix in some top control. Here we got Luana Santos versus Tairona Zaboa. I flipped my pick on this one, and before I even say anything else, there's a lot of female fights on this card. But anyway, I'm going with Tiara what's her name? Tiara Lisboa. Luana Santos looks like a solid prospect on paper, younger, faster, athletic. But when you dig in, you can start to see the flaws. She missed weight at 139 pounds recently. Her striking can get wild, and her cardio fakes. Lisboa is 34, but she's strong, has good top pressure, and has shown decent Muay Thai. She submitted Jessica Rose Clark, and while Clark's washed, it showed Lisboa can finish on the ground. Santos might be quicker, but Lisboa is a more composed fighter. She can make this ugly, press Santos against the cage, and grind her down. I think it's going to be closer than people expect, and I wouldn't be surprised if Lisboa drags out 29-28 or even a 30-27 decision. I think she just, I think she's just better over 3 rounds. So I think she's a live dog in this one, and it'll come out rolling like a true vet. Up next, we have Conor Matthews versus Yaida Del Valle. I'm going with Yaida Del Valle, but I've got concerns. His style is very forward, very aggressive, but also hittable. He doesn't move his head and tends to swing wild, and that may work against a lot of guys on this regional scene, but it's risky at the UFC level. That being said, Conor Matthews hasn't convinced me. He's got serviceable southpaw style, but he's flat-footed, low output, and struggles under pressure. He doesn't have the pop to make the Valley pay for his wildness. And if Matthews had top tier wrestling, maybe he could control Valley, but I don't see him out grappling the idea on the feet. Oh, and on the feet, the Valley will overwhelm him with volume and pressure. I'll say DeVale by TKO in round two, but I wouldn't be shocked if a decision for Matthews. Sorry, I wouldn't be shocked if by decision if Matthews hangs him up in there. Next up, we got Jared Gordon versus Thiago Moises. This is a pretty gritty matchup, and I'm going to back Thiago Moises in this one. Gordon's a scrapper. He's got decent hands, solid cardio. He's fought a who's of tough guys, but he's also starting to slow down at 36, and he's not evolving. Moises has hit a new level, and his kicks are nasty. His BJJ is elite, and his striking has improved fight by fight. He fought guys like Islam Makhachev, Bobby Green, BSD, and came out in those fights sharper. He's got way more tools now. If Gordon pressures hard, he might have success in close, but Moises can slow him down with the kicks and drag him to grappling exchanges. I see a Moises decision, possibly even threatening a sub late. It'll be competitive, but Moises is the more dangerous man here. Next up, Gabe Green versus Mateus Camilo. I'm going to take Camilo on this one. This is Gabe Green's first time at 155 in the UFC, and it feels more like a desperation than strategy. He got knocked out by Brian Battle with one clean shot and hasn't fought in 2 years. That's a huge red flag for me. Camilo is a sharper striker, comes from Nova Inoue, and has legit Muay Thai skills. He's also got some jiu-jitsu in the back pocket. I don't think Green can handle the precision or volume Camilo brings. Green's got heart and power for sure, but he's wild and needs too many shots. Camilo looks composed in his debut, showed he can mix it up well, and I think he chips away at Green's cardio and eventually cracks him. I'm going to back Camilo by KO as my call, possibly in round two. If Green survives, it'll be a lopsided decision. Here we got Julian Orosa versus Marquez Costa. This one's going to be a fight, but I'm going to back Costa. Orosa is a wild man. He fights with his hands low. And while that's worked from the past, it's also why he's been knocked out multiple times. Costa's got tight kickboxing, dangerous high kicks, and a clean Muay Thai base. Doesn't get rattled, but I think that'll be the difference here. Erosa looked amazing against Darren Elkins, but let's be honest, Elkins is completely shot at this point. He's incredibly slow and barely responsive. He offers no real striking threat anymore. Costa's a totally different opponent. He's younger, faster, and more composed. Erosa is always dangerous, but he's 35, and you can only take so many knockouts. I think Costa walks him down and finishes him either TKO or submission once he's got him rocked. My pick is Costa inside the distance. Could be the most violent fight on the card, though. Next up, we have Nasultan Ruzaboyev versus Dustin Stoltzfus. This is a showcase for Ruzaboyev, to be honest. Plain and simple. He's 6'5", long, athletic, and he mixes up his game beautifully. He got sniper-like striking from the outside, real pop on his punches, and ridiculous 20 submission wins. Stoltzfus has decent top control and strong hips in the clinch, but he struggles against fighters who can strike at range. He also tends to slow down after the first round. His win over Marc-Andre Barrios was impressive, but outside of that, his resume doesn't hold up. Ruzaboyev is just better everywhere, and I don't see him getting taken down, and I don't think Stoltzfus has the power to keep him honest on the feet. I'm predicting Ruzaboyev by KO in round one. Maybe round two if Stoltzfus tries to grapple early and survives. One of the safer picks on the card, in my opinion. Here we go, Sadiq Youssef versus Marion Santos. This is a live dog fight, and I'm picking Marion Santos to get it done. A lot of people are writing him off after his close fight with Francis Marshall, but you've got to look at this matchup. Marshall pressured non-stop, wrestled hard, and that's not what Sadiq Youssef does. Santos is a clean kickboxer. His timing, movement, and shot selection at a high level. He doesn't overextend on his punches. If he was not forced to defend takedowns for 15 minutes, he gets into his rhythm, and once he's flowing, he's tough to deal with. Sadiq has power and fast hands, no doubt, but he's stiff. He doesn't mix into grappling and leaves his body wide open. His fight against Edson Barboza was telling. He hurt Edson badly early and then got completely outworked. That fight took a lot out of him, and then Diego Lopez ran through him, and that was at UFC 300. Sadiq Yusuf, I don't think he's been back from then, right? Anyway, I think Santos stays technical, picks his spots, and wins the decision. Maybe even lands something that rocks Sadiq. Give me Marlon Santos by unanimous decision, technical striking, sharper footwork, and better fight IQ. Next up, we have Paul Craig versus Rodolfo Bellato. This is a brutal matchup for Paul Craig, to be honest. This is short and sweet. I'm going to go with Rodolfo Bellato by knockout. Craig is 37, coming off 3 straight losses, and hasn't shown any evolution in his game. So his striking is awkward and slow. His chin is deteriorating, and his best wins coming off pulling off miracle submissions off his back. And he looked bad against Bo Nickel, and Bo Nickel was showing his level as well. So Bellato is raw, aggressive, and flawed, but he is powerful. He's powerful and he's durable. He's shown that even when he's losing, he doesn't fold. His fight with Jimmy Crute is a good example. He lost the first round badly, but came back and won the fight in the second and third. He came back and won the second and third to a draw, but wasn't enough. Craig won't be able to take Bellato down easily, and if he pulls guard, Bellato has the BJJ base to defend and hammer him with ground and pound. Bellato's hands aren't sharp, but he throws with serious heat, and I think he overwhelms Craig and finishes him. My pick is Bellato by TKO in round 2 or 3, and this could be the end of Paul Craig's run. Main event time, ladies and gentlemen. Gilbert Burns versus Michael Morales. Michael Morales, aka Spider-Man. In my opinion, I was flipping on this one, but I'm going to stick with my original pick. And this is going to be a changing of the guard. I'm picking Michael Morales to knock out Gilbert Burns. Burns is a legend, no question about it. Former title challenger, elite jiu-jitsu, powerful hooks, but he's 38, coming off 3 losses, and his durability has clearly started to fade. That war with JDM, followed by a dominant decision loss to Brady, and I think was it Hamzat before that? I'm not sure, but it showed that the new wave is catching up to him. Morales is a part of that new wave. He's 25 years old, undefeated, real high speed, and polished on the feet. His hands are fast, his combinations are tight, and he's got serious power on top of that. He's got an Ecuadorian wrestling base that lets him stay upright and keep the fight where he wants it. The size and reach difference are also massive. Morales is 6 foot tall with a 79-inch reach. That's a heavyweight length, man, and he uses all of it. I think he picks apart Burns at range, avoids the takedowns, and lands clean shot as Burns comes forward. I think he can hurt Gilbert Burns as he shoots for a takedown with like an uppercut or a knee, something like that. We've seen Burns get knocked out before. We've seen him slow down after round 1. Morales' youth, speed, and momentum. I'm calling Michael Morales by TKO, probably in round 2. This is the moment he cements himself as a real contender in the welterweight division. And yeah, man, that's the entire card broken down. Every single fight. Let me know in the comments where you agree or disagree. What's your most confident pick? Where you're putting your money? Or if you want, just help your boy out. Put a W in the chat. Or just shoot on me for my picks. That works too. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single breakdown. We have a big video coming tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Deuces!